Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, I hope all of you are fine and studying at home. And you are going through the lessons and the videos that I am sharing with you, and the classwork and the homework that I am giving with the different chapters that we are doing. So I hope all of you are doing practice at home. Last time I had given this classwork and the homework in your Google Classroom, and I had explained you these all things. We also performed the lab activities over here. Lab activities which were there in the previous chapter, we performed those activities as well. Mehak Khalid, you want to ask something?
Yes, sir. Sir, I installed Flash CSC, but it is asking for some serial number.
No, actually, the link that I had given you, that was a cracked version. But if you had taken from somewhere else, definitely it will ask the serial number. Definitely. If it is not a cracked version, so they require for the license. But the link that I shared with you, and most of the students have installed from that link, so that is a cracked version. It does not require the serial number.
Sir, I installed from that link, but it's still asking about it.
No, it won't ask you. I had shown the complete procedure in your classes, and the link that I gave you, when you are going to do this from that link, you will see that this is the link. So you are not going to face any issue. It will not ask the serial number from you.
Okay, sir, I will install it
Try it from
again.
this link, okay? Maria.
सर आपने जो काम भेजा था सर उसमें वो लैब वाला नहीं खुल रहा था लैब एक्टिविटी
No, I did not give the file. It will not be open directly. Keep in mind, it will not be open directly. You will click on it, see the process, see on your screen. It will show you the preview is not available. Download. Now see over here, it is getting downloaded. See, it is downloaded. Go to the download, see that it has been downloaded. Lab activity has been downloaded. Yes, it has been downloaded. What is the file type? .fla. Now, first you will open the flash. Now see, first you will open the flash. Then go to the file open. Where is the file? The file is right now in my downloads. Go to downloads. That file that I have downloaded. Double click on it or simple click and click open. Then this file will be opened. This file will not be opened by directly double clicking. No, it will not be opened. Why? Because the Google Drive does not have the flash mechanism to show the animations directly. You will have to download it. Even after downloading, if you double click, it will not be opened. You will open the flash first, then go to open, file and open. Then from there, you are going to open any file, whatever you want to open. Okay. This thing is now clear to all these students? All these students. This thing is clear now. Okay. Fine.
yes
Yes, Adin.
Sir, sir, in descriptive type question, sir, why didn't we do the question number B?
Let me check the question number B. It would be the steps, I think. Because the steps question that I had explained you, the questions which are in the form of steps, these will not be the part of the question paper. Because the steps are basically practical in nature. So since these are practical, so that's why we did not include those questions over there. Can you read that question? What is that? Question number B. What is that?
Yes, sir. How will you import a picture from your computer onto the stage?
How will you import? Now these are steps. Now see.
Okay,
You will,
sir.
yeah, you
Sir,
will have to go to file, click on import to stage, go to the browse your system, go to the picture, click the picture, click on open button, the picture will come to your stage. So these are steps, that's why. Okay. Otherwise, what is meant by importing picture? So you can write the answer if this type of question is asked. Okay, now come to the next chapter. So I had explained you three of the practicals, and let me check what is the fourth practical or the lab activity given over there. Three we had done. Flowers we had made the flowers. Fourth is that Usman has learned how to convert text into basic shapes. He has written the name of his school and converted the characters into shapes. Do the same using the name of your school and convert the characters into different shapes. Also change the color of the characters. I also explain you, let me explain you this thing. This is an easy job that we can do. How to convert the text into, I have taken a new file, control 2. Then I'm writing over here. Okay, it is in yellow color, so let me change the color. Okay, Pakistan School Muscat. Okay, I have written this line. You can see that this is basically a text. This is not a shape. This is a text. When I am clicking, all the text is being selected in one go. How can I convert it to the shape? I will right click on it. I will apply which option? Break apart. All the characters will be separate. Again, right click on it. Again, apply break apart. Now you see this? Now this is separate, and even you can change different colors according to your will. Whatever color is there that you want to apply to it. So basically, whenever we are dealing with such kind of text, so we can convert the text into some other format, whatever the format is there that we want to apply. But this is basically done by the tool which is called break apart, the command which is called break apart. You have to apply the break apart, and using break apart, when you have applied, the characters will be separated, and then again apply the break apart to have the in this way to have the characters to become a shape. Now what you can do with these shapes, you can select any character and you can make any change with this character. You can make any change with this character. Okay. Why it was not possible earlier, now it is possible. Why it is possible? Why it is possible now? Why it is possible? Because now it has become a shape, and you can make the change in the shape. That's why earlier you were not able to make the change in the shape. But now, since it has been converted to the shapes, it is not the text now. You cannot make simple editing in it. Now you can make some different, things with it. You can apply some different options with it, and you can see that. Okay, I'm also saving this file with the name of lab activity number 4. And I will give you this file in your Google Classroom so that you can see it. This point is now clear. So we have also covered the practical lab activity number 4 as well. Now come to the chapter. The chapter that I had opened for you. I think I have closed the file. Yes. Some more tools are there that we need to explore today. Timeline and layers. This is very important. How to understand the timeline and layers. You can see that there are multiple types of, single layer. By default, there is a one layer. This is. So for example, this is a layer. I give the name background. Double click it. You can rename the layer background. Now what I have made it, this is a background that I have taken over here. Can you see this? Background, when I am taking a background, so it is on different layer. When I will take the object, it should be on different layer. Because if you will take all the objects on one layer, it will be difficult for you to manage. So we have to deal with multiple layers. So over from here, you can add layer, insert layer, 1 layer, 2 layer, 3, and number of layers you can insert. And we have got the delete option as well. Layer 4, I have deleted. Layer 3, I have deleted. Layer 2, I have deleted now. I can insert and I can delete. It's up to me. Okay. Similarly, I can make the folder over here. Right now, we are not going to this option. I have just explained you how to create a new layer, how to rename a new layer. I have just like over here, I am taking a bird. I will take a bird over here in this layer. Okay. I take over here and I take one, let's suppose I take one tree on this layer. So I can make n number of layers. Right now, nothing is there on any layer. I click on the background layer. I go to the file. I go to the import to stage. I take a background over here. Now this is the background. Background size is even more than the size of the stage. What can I do? If you click on the stage, can you see that what is the size of the stage? 550 by 400. So I am going to make the same size for the image as a background. I will click this image. I will take 550 width and 400 height. Now, if you press Ctrl T or Ctrl minus, you can see that this size is now equivalent or not. Yes, it is. So now you can place it quite conveniently. And if you want to make it larger, the large size, you can press Ctrl plus or you can press Ctrl 2 to fix it on the stage. So it should be quite fixed now. Okay. I have pasted it on the background. And I want that it should be visible from frame number 1 to frame number 50. These are basically the frames. This is basically called the timeline. So I will click on the frame 50 and I will press F6, only F6. I'm not creating any animation. Background will not move. Background will be static. So when I am going to run this, you can see the background is static. Nothing is there. No animation is there in the background because background will be static. Definitely, it will remain static. This thing is clear. Okay. Now, I want to have, just like, for example, I want to take some image that of bird, image of the bird. And I will click over here on the bird layer. I will click on the frame 1 of the bird layer. This is very important. Keep in mind, if you are on background, then when you will insert new image, it will be merged with the background. It will be joined with the background picture and it will be difficult for you to manage. Click on the bird layer first, click on the frame 1, then go to file. Find out, go to import to stage, find out some image of the bird if you have. If you don't have, definitely, you will have to search out a good image of the bird from the okay, I have taken this plane. Fine. I am going to rename this layer with the name of plane. PLANE. Okay. Anyway, the plane size is too large. Where it is right now, which layer is active? This layer is active. Background, we have nothing to do with the background. Background will be static. So this is a picture in which no background is there. Can you see that there isn't any white color with it? Okay. So I'm going to press Ctrl T, or I will take this tool, free transform tool, by pressing Q or F. Okay, by pressing Q. Now I can by pressing shift, I can make it small. Okay, I can make it small in this way. And over here, I can make it more small even. Fine. So what I'm going to do, I will click on this plane. I am on frame 1. I will click on the frame 50. Keep in mind, I am on this layer, planes layer. I will click on this frame 50. I will press F6. Right now, the plane is here. When I will click on frame 50, the plane will not be visible. Press F6 from the keyboard and then bring the plane from this point to this point. I think the plane's direction is not good. Now it is good. Okay. So I will bring the layer plane on frame 50 over here. Okay. On frame 1, plane is here. On frame 1, plane is here. On frame 50, plane is here. Right click on this. Keep in mind on planes layer. I'm right clicking and I'm taking create twin motion. Okay. Although the direction is not looking that much good because it needs to be changed more. So what I can do, I can remove this. Remove frames. Then I press F6. Yes, now the direction is better. Okay, so but it is looking too close to us, so it should be far. We should take some small image. In this way, we can work on multiple layers. If you want to have a tree on this layer, you can take a picture of the tree and you can bring here. If you want to adjust in your image, go there, import to stage, click on the frame 1 of the tree, go to file, import, then import to stage. And if you have got any good image of the tree, then you can bring that particular image and you can use in your work. Okay, so just like this is the tree. Okay, can you see this tree? Again, this tree is basically a PNG image, no background with it. I'm going to make it resize. Wherever I consider that it is looking good, I can adjust this tree. I can adjust anywhere. Now, this is on frame 1. If I want to stretch it, if I run right now, it will not be visible because it was there on the frame 1. What I will do, I will click on frame 50. Now I will press F6. So now it will also be available from frame 1 to frame 50. The plane is behind the tree. Plane is going behind the tree. Why? Because the plane layer is, you can see the priority over here. If I bring the plane up in this way by dragging, now you can see that the plane is in front of the tree. If I want to show the hide the plane behind tree, I will make the tree up. Now, can you see this? That the tree is going behind the tree. This is basically working with the multiple layers. So over here, I have explained you the timeline. In timeline, you can see that the frames per second is mentioned over here. Right now it is 12. We can change this. We can change this. If you click on the stage, you can see that right now it is 12. If I increase it to 25, you will see that the animation is fast. If I increase it, then the animation will be fast. If I decrease it, if I make it 5, then you can see that the animation is very slow. You can take as many layers as required to you, and you can make different animations. Okay, for example, if you want to have some cartoonic character moving over here, you can bring that character over here. But for that purpose, of course, you need to have some movable object, that kind of object which has which is basically an image, an image with the animation, GIF image. We can bring some GIF image over here and we can insert that GIF image in our working, so that we can on multiple layers, on multiple layers we can apply all these options which are available over here. There are a number of things that we can apply. So right now what I have explained you the timeline. I've explained you the how to insert keyframe using F6. F6 is used to keyframe. Keyframe is appeared in the black color, as I have shown you that when I clicked over there was no frame, but when I pressed F6, so it appeared in the black color. And one other thing is that which is called inserting a keyframe using F5. Insert a frame. Simple frame can be inserted using F5, but keyframe will be inserted using F6. So if you want to have a simple frame, take a new file. You can see over here. If you want to have a simple frame, so over there you can see that if I want to have a frame over here on frame 40, if I press F5, you will see that it is blank. No frame is there, right? But if I press F6, you will see that the frame will be there with this circle. Can you see that small circle is there? But since there is no object, so that's why the circle is blank. If I take some object on it, if I draw some object on it, then you will see that the circle is black dot. Why? It is showing that there is some you know there is some kind of object available on it. Okay. Now we have understood the layers. Understanding layers is there. You can think of the layers as transparent sheets stacked on one top of the other. As I have already explained you this thing, that the layers are basically used to make different objects separate. Layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, and we can make as many layers as we want. One more thing I would like to tell you over here, that just like in this example, that if I plane is there, just like plane is there on this layer. So if I lock this layer, so then there won't be any work with it. Okay. If I cross this, then even plane will not be visible. Now you can see over here that the plane, I'm running the animation, plane is not visible. Okay, plane is right now visible. Yes, this is the option. This box you will have to click. Plane is not visible. Okay, since the animation is there on this layer, so let me switch it on again. Now we apply it on some other layer. Okay, so this option works when we don't have any animation on the object. So right now on these layers, we have created some twin motions. So that's why, but you can lock when you have completed the work. When you have completed the work, you can apply this option. You can lock. And on the layer, you can double click and you can rename the layer. And the very first option which is available, so it will be invisible during the work. When you are working with some other layer and one image is there available on particular layer and it is disturbing your work, so then for that time you can close this image so that in your working it should not be visible, but it will be visible when you are going to run this. Okay, before going towards the next topics, let me mark the attendance first and then we will see some other topics. Okay, so we have got Adin to Samia Sajjad. Fine, we come towards the chapter once again. So as I have explained you the layers and different options, how to delete the layers. As I've told you that this is basically the folder. We can insert multiple layers inside one folder and add motion layer. This is basically another type of animation that we can apply over here. But right now we are not going in its detail. So show hide, as I have told you, show and hide button is there and lock and unlock buttons are there. Basically, these are the two buttons, show hide button and lock and unlock button. After locking that, you are not going to edit. And after this button is basically, if you don't want to see it, temporarily you don't want to see it, then you can use these buttons. But the result will come in the animations. How to change the sequence of the layers? As I have told you that you can change this sequence in this way. Definitely the background will be at the bottom. Now renaming a layer, I have already explained you how to rename the layer. Changing the order of the layers, I have explained you this thing as well, how you can change the order of the layers depending on your requirement. Deleting a layer, I have already explained you, but that particular time, that particular layer should be selected. Let's suppose I insert one more layer, this is the layer. So if this layer is selected, then you are going to press the delete button. Otherwise, any other layer will be deleted. So you need to be careful about it, that what image is there that you are using and it is on which layer. The desktops are visible to you. The screen is shared with you. Can anyone tell me by raising the hand? Yes, Adin.
Yes, sir.
My screen is shared with you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, fine. Okay, now come towards the animation with twin and shape. Twin and shape, both the things I had explained you in the last lesson, and we had applied twin motion. Today even we have applied twin motion. But the important thing is that over here, whenever you are taking any object, try to have object with that you want to make on some background. So try to make that file should be PNG file with no background. Okay, just like I say that if I go to the Google and I say cartoon character walking, let's suppose I say walking, and I take a GIF file. So if I'm taking a character which is basically a GIF file, so you will be able to see a number of characters are there, and you can even use these characters, such type of characters in your animations. Okay, so you should also try such images which are already in animation. Okay, and If I take a new file to see the results, file, import to stage. Okay, now if I run it, so you can see that the object is moving on my screen. Okay, so I can put this object, in my animation. Let's suppose if I make a background, let me make it small by taking transform tool. Control 2 is used to see the complete screen. So I place this object over here. Similarly, we can take another layer on which we can set up the background. And on the background layer, we can have, background should be at bottom. So we can find out some cartoonic background. Background moving cartoon background, GIF. We need to have GIF. Why we need to have GIF? So that there should be an impression that we are moving ahead. So you can take any of the good background. We can see that is there any animation with it. Okay, it is giving an effect that we are moving ahead. So we save it if we are able to. Yes, GIF background, cartoonic background we have taken over here. Okay, now I go to my background layer, click on the frame one, and we go to the file, import to stage, and I will take that background that I have saved. GIF background. Yes, here is the GIF background. Okay, now I will take this background as 500 by 550 by 400 to make it equivalent to the size of my stage. Okay, can you see this, that I have placed it on my stage? But now you can see that on layer 1, what is there? On layer 1 cartoon is there, and on background what is there? On background this is there. Now if I run it, you can see that in some part of the animation, the some part of the animation is basically not having the cartoonic character. The background image that I have taken, its size is basically that particular size which was there that they have taken. So I need to change the size of my stage because the background image is not getting changed over here. So I will have to reduce the height of the stage. So I think it is going to work. 550 is good, but we need to have 300 over here. So the character over here is now moving. $500 by 300. I have changed the stage size. Fine, now it is looking good. I have changed the stage size. Stage size I am taking now 250. Yes, the character is moving and we can see the character. What we can do, we can place the character over here. Now you can see that the character is visible for some time, and for some time the character is not visible. Why? Because the character is there on these frames. We can copy these frames and we can paste these frames over here so that the character should be, or I will click over there, over here, and I will insert one keyframe F5. I will go to the I will press F6 over here so that it should be increased. So this is basically the type of the jobs that we can do, in our working. And you can make simple animations. If you will take interest, then you will find it very easy. And these all are the commands that we have studied. Okay, this is not anything that we have not studied. I'm just giving you the examples so that you can go through them. Now afterwards, you can see the drawing tool, oval tool. I had explained you the purpose of the oval tool, how we can draw the oval tool, how we can use different types of shapes. Now, primitive oval and oval. Can anyone tell me the difference between the primitive oval tool and the oval tool? Okay, control 2. Can anyone tell me what is the difference between this tool, oval tool, normal oval, and this tool, which is basically a primitive oval tool? I take in another color. What is the difference between these two? This is primitive oval tool and I have drawn it with this simple oval tool. Can anyone tell me about it? Primitive and simple. This thing was there in your class 6 when you were there and you have studied. When I click here, you can see the properties which are there. And then when I click here, you can see the properties which are here. What is the difference between these two? In simple oval shape, since our class time is about to over, so inshallah we'll continue in the next class. But I would like to tell you that when you will take interest in this software, you will learn a lot of things. Try to make some simple small animations. Okay, just like cartoonic character is walking, plane is flying, birds are flying, clouds are moving in the scenery in the background. So such kind of things are there that you can make and you can draw, and you can make good animations using this technique. I hope these all things are clear to all of you. Thank you so much.